Hi, welcome to another episode of Wine by Night. Please hit the subscribe button down below in the corner so that you're notified when I post another video. It would be super great. 2 thumbs up. Tonight we're going to be doing rosé leading up to National Rosé Day, of course. And this particular one is from South Africa. And when I saw it on the shelf, I was like, get in my basket, because this one is from Kanonkop, South Africa, and it is 100% Pinotage, which is super interesting because rarely in our market do we see a rosé from there based on that. And this winery happens to be one of the top producers of rosé, so equally exciting. So from that, I went ahead and poured some in my glass here, and it is a bit dim because it is nighttime and we are in the midst of a heat wave, so I'm limiting the lighting in the house. However, the color on this is this gorgeous kind of orangey salmon color. It's not pink, it's definitely more on the orange side of the rosé. Folks have spoken of it as like an onion skin color. For me, it really does look like salmon Arctic char, that kind of color, what you're looking at. On the nose, it's really interesting in terms of you get those red fruits like the cranberry, the strawberry, the raspberry, but you get citrus too, but like that ruby grapefruit note. And then there's an herbal note, but I'm not exactly sure, maybe thyme. And you also get tropical notes, kind of on like that green banana pineapple note. And then there's like this titch of spice on the nose that I want to call cinnamon. So this wine is definitely unique in that it's what I would call a full-bodied rosé. Not typical of what you'd think when you pick up a rosé because you're thinking light, crisp, fresh. Still, full-bodied, dry, crisp, and fresh. This rosé in particular, the palate is following what we got on the nose. There's a ton of raspberry, there's like that strawberry, there's that citrus, but it's like that pink grapefruit, not so much the ruby grapefruit now, so a little bit still on the tart side to balance out that acidity. You're getting like this, I don't know, like a sweetness to it, which I don't know if you have kids, but gummies are all the rage right now, like gummy bears, gummy worms, sour keys, all of those things. And it's like the yellow gummy bears. So it's like there's a citrus, but a sweetness at the same time. So that might sound weird, but that's the best way that I can describe that. And then you definitely get like this rhubarb note to it. So I find that this wine is really good. The finish on it is medium plus to long. It's quite complex because every time I taste it, I get a little bit something different to it. It's got those red fruit notes. It's got a little bit of savoriness to it, a little bit herbal notes to it. And it's got that like weird sweetness to it where it's not sweet in that it's a sweet wine, but there's a hint to it that there's something there. And that's what I call those yellow gummy bears. And sure, it's gonna sound weird, but for me, I feel like it's a complex wine. The fruit really does balance out all that acidity and the crispness you get. And if you're looking for a food pairing, which I know you are, so to get that food pairing, hit the subscribe button, right? Subscribe, get the food pairing. No, I'm just joking. I'm gonna give you the food pairing anyway. But full-bodied wine, it's gonna go with a multitude of things in terms of it's gonna go really well with your fish, like salmon, Arctic char, your tunas. It's gonna go really well with sushi because it has that titch of sweetness to it and it's full-bodied. Load up that wasabi because with sushi, this is gonna be da bomb for you. I don't know if it's still available in New Brunswick. I believe I picked it up as part of the experience program, but I do also own a ton of rosés, so I'm not exactly sure, and I didn't like Google or ANBL search it. Again, this is a winery from South Africa, and I hope if you find it, you give it a try. It's medium alcohol at like the 14% Pinotage. Interesting to have a rosé from Pinotage. Again, hit the subscribe button. Interesting because it is a cross from Pinot Noir and Cinsault. So Cinsault is known for rosés in the south of France area. Pinot Noir, we all love it or hate it depending on who you are. And then this particular one, Pinotage, they have that really thick skin. So to get a rosé, you have to be really careful because you don't want to over macerate it and get those bitter phenolics to it. So although I'm getting some of that grapefruit and some of the astringency in this wine, it's not gone past to be bitter and offensive. So it's definitely of good quality, and the fact of this winery being known to produce, I'm like trying to move it here so that you can see it in the photo, of good quality. If you do see it, go ahead, grab it up, pour a drink, have it with some fresh seafood, shrimp, tuna, Arctic char, salmon. Have it with some sushi, load up the wasabi because this baby can handle some heat. Again, spicy dishes would work with this one. So again, hit the subscribe button down below. Please, thank you. Share it out with like 3 friends, women, wine, whiskey, 3 friends. So that would be super awesome. Cheers, y'all.